As COVID-19 maintains a steady decline, employers are now looking to revive the traditional work culture, and as a result, many are now thinking about their return to the office. The return may be a little difficult for some, and so we've invited marketing and communication specialist, the corporate lady herself, Gail Abrahams, to share a few tips that might help to make the home office transition more seamless. Hey Gail, welcome to Smile Jamaica.
Good morning, Delia, and good morning to all your viewers out there in TV land.
First of all, tell me, how has working from home been for you?
Okay, so when we had the lockdown, so it's basically a way of life now. But, my workplace, we really got it down pat because 90% of the staff members were working from home. And right now we're on a work schedule, some of us. So it hasn't been bad for me. What has been challenging is the fact that I'm a mom and I have online school with 2 kids to deal with. So I'm juggling all of that. But I can tell you that after a year, I think I have it down pat now.
That's the key, I think when it just started, a lot of people were pressuring themselves. I don't know what to do. I can't do it. But you weren't supposed to know what to do. It was a new experience, that's all?
Exactly. And Dela, I can tell you, I remember I was teaching my 9-year-old son because I said, okay, I have to get it right. And he was there looking at me quite bored. And then he says, hello, Mom, you know that you're not a teacher, so you just need to just drop it. And that's when I realized, you know what, you're putting too much pressure on yourself. Just chill.
I like to tell them your children are the wise ones in the Abrahams household. What are some of the concerns for people who've been asked to return to work?
So there is a level of anxiety from persons because remember when we're in March 2020, when we had the lockdown, persons, everybody was scared. And then we have the social distancing, we have persons wearing masks, the sanitizing, constant sanitizing. Now to go back into the full scope of work in a closed environment with colleagues, how are you going to operate, especially if you have a really good relationship with your colleagues and we're a hugging set of people. So how do we maintain that social distance and then sanitizing? And how do we sit in the lunch room? But you know what? I think some companies here in Jamaica have it done pat because they have implemented a work from home schedule. So you don't have to be in close confines with members of your team because the numbers have been reduced. So that's number one. Most companies also have a counselor or a psychologist on standby, on retainer. And so if you're suffering from anxiety issues, which is understandable because you're locked away at home and you're just interacting with your family and you're not wearing any mask. And now you have to go back into a full face-to-face work situation and you have to wear a mask for the full day. So companies now understand that not everybody has to be at home, at work.
Yeah.
So schedule is good. But remember, most of them have psychologists and counselors on standby. Give them a call. Don't think that you can do this thing by yourself. You really can't. There is support out there and you can call your work because they do understand. This is like, I don't want to say it's a new normal, but it really is a new normal. And people do understand if you have a little bit of anxiety issues. And for me, what I've done is I take a little bit of home to work. So I work with a little plant that, give me a little bit of, remind me of home so I don't get homesick. And so you can take a little bit of home. Don't walk with your Snuggies though, and don't walk with your Crocs. It's the work environment still. But take a little bit of home with you and meditate between sessions, So
one of the things,
get a bit more centered.
One of the things I'm hoping that this experience has taught employers, Gail, is that once that people get the work done at their own pace. Yes. I feel like when people are at home now, they don't have to start exactly at 8 o'clock and they don't have to finish at exactly 5 o'clock. but they're still getting the work done. How do we navigate that now when you get into an office space where you have to sign in at 8 and lunch is at 1 and work, that everything becomes a little bit more structured than it was when you were at home?
I think we can all start preparing ourselves. So, and I can speak for me and for my colleagues also. So when you're working from home, yes, you have a 9 to 5 job by 8:30 to 4:30. All right. And you can go onto your meeting, which unfortunately I've done it. You go onto your meeting, it's at 9 o'clock, you put it to 9, just have on your pajamas still, and you're in a regular sweatpants and your leggings, and you're good. You're good. But to leave now and go to the regular work, you have to get dressed. You have to bathe. You have to comb your hair, and that is a big adjustment after a year of not going into the physical space.
Yes.
So I would recommend that you start trying to get on camera. Get a new hair color. I've gotten a new hair color. Women can do it up a little bit. Instead of being in your slippers, try get accustomed to walking around in the heels again, because it's going to be rough. Yeah. And so freshen up your look at your wardrobe.
Give it a makeover.
Some of us gain weight, and some of us have really endured this healthy lifestyle. And again, speaking from me, I can now eat properly. I'm not rushing. I can monitor my lifestyle. I can exercise. And when you get back to work, you can still do some of these things, work with the same healthy food. In between your meetings, breathe, do your breathing exercise. But start preparing now. Instead of going onto your Zoom meetings without being on camera, start getting on camera. And so you start having that face-to-face interaction. And, another thing, lockdown happened March. And some of us put aside our goals because it's uncertain times and we don't know what's going to happen. Go back for that journal. Look back on your
vision board.
Listen and take one day at a time. Make sure you start getting that work-life balance. And I'm telling you, a disadvantage for me working from home daily, at 10:30, 11 o'clock, I'm still at work,
Yes.
Still working,
Yes.
And so you have to physically put in your mind now and say, okay, I have to have a cut off because I have to still maintain some work-life balance. And some people have been really productive working from home. And to go back into the traffic and go back and talking to people and to have adult conversations, it's going to be a little bit tough, but you
have to do it. All right, my love, we're heading to the news. Always such a pleasure talking to you, and some critical points about employers and employees. And it's important that we put these things in mind as we go back to work. Have a great day, my love.
All right. Have a great day.
Marketing and Communications Specialist, the corporate lady herself, Gail Abraham. Still to come, we have a chat with Ariana, the viral saxophonist. But first, here's News in 5.